Dear learners, in this session we are going to develop a web-based application using HTML and CSS in Node-RED. To start with, let us validate why we are using this Node-RED for this Internet of Things applications and automations. First and foremost point is this Node-RED is built over Node.js, and here all these modules are used for the web development. In Node-RED, the nodes considered to be the things is used as a sensor, can be deployed for any applications like weather, traffic, and home automations. So this Node-RED supports instant message transmission. Emails can be sent or it can be received, and it also supports post, news, videos, etc. So it has a vast integrative feasibility that enables Node-RED to live in this IoT market. Here we do have web request and the response in order to transmit the data and receive the data. So here messages has been sent in two ways. It can be either sent via data or through the command. So while considering a full stack with a front end, API and the back end. So the front end can be developed using JavaScript, HTML and CSS, etc. So many platforms are available to develop this front end. Similarly, to configure this backend, we are supposed to write a programming using PHP, Ruby, Python, etc. So now we are going to reduce the task of backend by using this visual programming. So we are going to use this Node-RED. Okay, so we are not going to write anything for this backend by a specific language, and even JavaScript is not required much. So using the basic concepts of HTML and the CSS, you can develop a full stack using this visual programming through Node-RED. So what is Web API? So it is an application programming interface over the web which can be accessed using HTTP protocol. So through this HTTP protocol, your request and response has to be handled, and it has been handled. So we have a web application and we have a web API. So this HTTP request will be sent to API, web API, from the web application to web API. Then the corresponding response can be taken care from the web API to its web applications through HTTP response. Similarly, it can be accessed and it can be retrieved using mobile application as well, using the same HTTP request and the response category. So even this can be taken out from your web API as well. So in this session, we are going to develop a login form and a submission form. For the login form, we are going to use HTTP in node, function node, template node and HTTP response node. For the submission form, we are going to use HTTP in node, JSON node, function node, HTTP response node and the debug node to display the output. So this is our objective. We are going to design a login form and a submission form, and we are going to visualize the output. So for this we need HTTP in, HTTP response and the template node. So here this is our HTTP in node mapped with this, and this is our HTTP response node mapped with this, and we have a template node. So these three nodes is going to play a vital role for this session. So first we'll insert this HTTP in node. So the edit property of the HTTP in node is we are going to set the method as get method, and the URL we are going to give it as here /IoT home, or any username you want to give it, you can give it. So this is going to be the local URL that is going to be deployed in our local machine. So I just given /IoT home. So only URL plays a vital role in this HTTP in node. You are supposed to give, it should be prefixed with / followed by any user defined names can be given, and the name I am given here is IoT domain. So function node is very important here because we are going to submit the form and we are going to retrieve it. So in order to submit it, we are going to use this function node. So message.url is a function which is equal to the project is a link name I'm given here, so you can give your own name, and we are supposed to return it here. So the just 2 lines we have written it here in the function node. And in the template node, which is going to play a vital role in writing this HTML code. So you can write an HTML code, you can write a Python code, SQL. So any format which has been defined here will be helpful for writing this code. So here the 3 important terms which are supposed to be concentrated for this template node are template. So this is the template workspace, template space, where we are going to write the HTML code, and syntax highlight, whether we are going to use the Mustache HTML or JSON or JavaScript or CSS. So based on our code, we are going to select this, and then we are supposed to select this format as a Mustache template format. So here this is what we are going to supposed to design. We are going to have this login form. So in this login form, we are going to have this HTTP in node. This is a function node, and this is our template node, and we are going to get your response. So HTTP response node. So when we edit your template properties, okay, so I'm going to select this as an HTML, and I'm going to select this as a Mustache. Now we are going to deal about how to write an HTML code. So here I would like to bring to your notice, it's all about Mustache. Mustache is a web template system. Okay, so it is available for many programming language, including JavaScript and Java. The main feature which has been associated with the Mustache is it has logicless template. So whenever you like to incorporate some control flow statements like if, else, or any conditional statements or loops, for loops. So for this, it doesn't have any logic template associated with it. So that's what it gets. It got the name logicless template. So if you want to incorporate this looping and conditional evaluations, it can be achieved through tags. So using section tags and the processing list and lambdas, we can do this looping and the conditional. So there is no specific it's called flow statements available for this Mustache. So it is a web template system. So HTML is a hypertext markup language, and this language is used for web pages on the World Wide Web. So this is the complete structure of the web page, which is going to have a common structure. The first line is your document type is HTML, and it is going to hold the 4 important components: HTML, head, title, and then the body. So these are 4 important components which your HTML is going to carry out. So followed by HTML, this is the tag. So you will be having a the tag is going to be the executing command. So it will be kept it in between the less than symbol and the greater than symbol. So for each tag, we should have an end tag. For example, if you have HTML open tag, it should have an end tag /HTML. If you have head as your open tag, and you will be having /head as your end tag. So this is the structure of web page, and let us see few commonly used formatting tags. If you want to bold the content, we have B. To make it italic, we have I. For underline, we have U. To a new paragraph, we have P. And for next line break, we have BR. Then if you want to change a font, to change the color of the font, we have the syntax like font followed by the color is equal to whatever color we like to give, we can give it here. So, and this is the text. This is a text which is going to be in red color now, and the font has to be ended with the end tag. So this attributes can be these following attributes can be accompanied along with the font. So font size can be changed. Size equal to 4, I have kept it here, and the font type can be set. So face is equal to Korea. Then we have color, and it will be end with font / font. So changing the font. So this is an example. Again, HTML. HTML is your open tag. Head body is given here. So body background color is given as a black and text is equal to white. So whatever size we want to space it for the font size, we can keep this as a base font size is equal to 7. So then whatever the content you want to keep it here, content, table, images, list, numbers, anything can be kept it here inside the body, and it has to be end with the /html. So in order to insert an image, we have img tag img source equal to the complete path of the image has to be given here. So if you want to have alt, so if you want to have a it's called hand symbol, which will display the data. If you want an hand symbol to along with to be display the data, you can use this alt and the corresponding values you can keep it over there. So links, to move from one page to the other page, or if you want to play a movies, and if you want to hear some song, if you want to send some email, if you want to download any file, so wherever you feel you want something like link, we will be using this hyperlink tag. So it has 3 parts like destination, label, and the target. So here I have kept it in a header of 4 size. H4 is a header of size 4. So you have to use open tag followed by A, and H reference is equal to the link. So if I click this link, where it has to be land on, so that link we have to give it here, and this is the name of my hyperlink. So project mark is the name of my hyperlink. If I click this projectmark.com will be opened. So it has to be end with a hyperlink end tag /A. So if you want to list out the ordered list, for this you have a tag like called OL, and similarly OL end to end the tag. So inside the items you have to use LI to list the item, OL for ordered list. So numbers will be displayed 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Numbers will be displayed if it is ordered list. If it is unordered list, if you want some bulletins has to be popped up, you will be using UL. UL is your unordered list. Same thing, listing of element will be listed out here. So it's very important we are going to learn this forms, because we are going to develop a form here for this application. So we have a form, so the tag is form, and the method we are going to first define a post methods. We have method of 2 methods, mainly used methods are your post method and the get method. And the action here we are going to use this URL location that is going to be associated with it. So /double, you just incorporate in a 2 curly bracket, you just incorporate your URL. So this is an example to insert a text box. To insert a text box, we have input following type is equal to text. If I give input type is equal to text, then text box will be created. So the types can be a label or a submit or reset, buttons. So many types are available, and the first name is going to be a first name. So this is going to be the first name, the name, and the value. If you want, you can give it here, or the values can be given through the form submission itself. So value is optional here, and the size is also optional. So here I have given the size equal to 20. Then you have input type is equal to submit to create a submit button. So we have input type is equal to reset to open up a reset button. So here you have to specify the form method that is equal to post here, followed by the action. We are going to submit this form. So the form has to take this values, and it has to be stored in the preferred location. So even it helps us to create a table. So for that we have a table border, and TR is your table row and TD is your table data. So if you want 4 rows, then you have to specify 4 TR followed by the end of TR. And if I want more number of rows into it, you can give TD, so that gives you the column values associated with it. Okay, so it has to be ended with table tag. So this also supports a cascading style sheet. If you like to incorporate multiple styles through to your web page, you can use this cascading style sheet along with this HTML files or XML files, and that can be it's called that will enhance the style you represent. Okay, so the cascading style sheet code also can be used, so the tag the style and whatever changes you want to make it over. So here I just brought a background color change as a light blue, and the tag style will be closed. So if the CSS can be incorporated along with this HTML. To learn more about this HTML and CSS, you can use this website w3schools.com. so it has different verticals. Many sample examples is given for each components. So you can click it and can copy paste it, and you can rewrite the code as per your requirement as well. So this is the complete template code which is going to be used for this particular application. So HTML open tag, ed open tag. So my title is IoT domain is my title, and then my background color I'm going to give it this is a tomato color background. So then I'm going to give the ordering list. I'm going to just display enter your name and the registration number in the ordered list. So followed by I'm going to give this project mark. So if I click this project mark is going to be the hyper reference, so hyperlink. If I click this project mark, this web page will be land on. So this projectmark.com will be it will get migrated to this projectmark.com. Then as I said, form method is equal to post, and the action I'm going to specify is URL. And here we are going to use this type of inputs. So okay, so the inputs can be a label. So label name is name and the first name, followed by the next input type is text, then followed by label, then text type is for registration number, and for topics project title also I'm taking it as an input. And two important thing, to submit your details we have a submit form, and to enter the new details we have a reset form. Okay, so we have a reset button and submit button. The type is reset and the submit, and the form will be ended with a end tag of form and body and the HTML. So this is the flow code which has been written for the HTML for this particular application. So as I discussed, first let us start with this HTTP response of the login form. So here I just gave the name as IoT domain, that nothing else is required. So we have completed with this login form. So we have an HTTP in for this, followed by we have a function node. In the function node we have set this URL name, and then we have a template node. This is going to play a vital role in incorporating your HTML code and the CSS into the platform. And we have HTTP response node. Next we are going to see about the submission form. So in this submission form, in order to differentiate it, I just brought this command node also. So this is your form submission. I'm going to have the same HTTP in, JSON, and the function node and the HTTP response. So in the HTTP in node, the method is going to be the post and the project, the URL name. This is the project name. We have given it in the earlier it's called function node. Okay, so that same thing we are going to use it here. So /project. So if I click this URL, if I click this link, project details link, then that has to be landed on in a different page. So for that I just have given this project /project. So this is the submission. I'm just talking about the submission. During submission, if I click this, it will be landed on the other page. And the JSON node, So this is the usual setup for JSON node. You no need to configure much on this JSON node. And in the function node, I'm going to display the data in a separate web page. Okay, so message.payload is equal to, I'm just giving the following data is going to be presented, submitted, and it will be displayed in the message payload. So it is going to display in the in your debug monitor as well. So whatever your data you're going to store it in you're going to get it through this form will be taken out, and that will be sent to a debug monitor as well. So apart from displaying the data in the UI, it is also going to take the data and it is going to display in the debug monitor as well. That is what we are going to do as an objective. So message.payload is equal to whatever you want to put it as an output screen, you can write it here. So I'm going to send this parameter message.payload which has been taken as the input from the HTML content forms, and that will going to be transmitted. So this is your HTTP response node. I'm just giving the name alone as a submitted. So debug node, I'm going to display it. So I just gave the name as LCD. So the output is going to be displayed through this debug node in the debug monitor. So how do I execute this flow? So after deploying it, you have to type 127.0.0.1.1880/IoT domain. Okay, so whatever name you have given it in the HTTP you have to give it. So if you in the previous I have just started with IoT home, you have to use that IoT home. Then if you are using IoT domain, you have to use this IoT domain. Okay, so this following data was submitted, and this in the payload. So these are the values I'm submitting. I'm submitting mic register number 12345 and the project name is IoT automation. So this is the output screen which will be visualized when you type this in your address bar. So IoT domain, enter your name, registration number. So if I click this project mark, it will land out in a separate web page. So if I give the input mic one registration number and the project title, and if I give submit, then the output of this type will be displayed in the screen. So our today's task will be just using this Node-RED, build a web-based application to automate a smart parking system in metro station. So create a creative and stylish form through HTML and CSS to get the car owner details to automate the parking system. So display the retrieved details in UI and debug monitor. So create a hyperlink to know the parking rates of the metro station. So already a separate PDF is available in the Google. The parking rates is available. So you can take this website address and you can paste it here in order to retrieve it. So let us have a small demo of this. So this is going to be my login form followed by the submission form. So I'll just start with, in the login form, I have to first use this HTTP in. So I'm typing HTTP. So I just dragging it and place it in the HTTP in. So in the HTTP in, I'm going to give the method as get method here. For the login form, it should be get method, and the URL here I gave it as IoT domain. So whatever URL you are giving here, this is going to be the executable site. So you just keep this as we have to remember this URL. So I'm going to use this IoT domain as my executable web page of this, and I'm just going to give IoT domain as a name of my HTTP in. Then followed by a function node. So project submission, all this after submitting the project, it has to land it in this URL. So I'm going to give message.url. Message.url is equal to project. So whatever name you want, you can give it here. So message.url is equal to project, and I'm returning this message. So message.url is a function. This when you click this, when you give the submit button, it will be land on this project. Then we have a template. So this is your template template node. So I'll just go to the palette, type template. So the template node will be available. You drag it and place it here. So the edit property, the type, syntax, highlight, you just select. I'm just keeping it as a HTML, and whatever I just discussed here, the HTML, that high style, I'm going to give the registration number, enter name, registration number as a list here, and this is my hyperlink. So if I click this project mark, it will be land on this project mark. And very important point here, we are going to see it is your forms. So form method is equal to post method action. We are going to retrieve that action. We are going to submit here, and that it will be landed on the other URL. So the label and the input for the first name, corresponding the label and the text for your registration number, same thing, label and the text for your project title. So all these three text box I'm going to get it along with the label. And then in order to get the data, I'm going to have a submit button, followed by I'm going to have a reset button in order to get the next data. So form is getting ended, body and HTML is getting ended. I'm just going to give done. So as I said, the mustache format is a basic template format, web template format. So that is the default format. You can select it. So you just select this as a, for your web page development, you can take this a mustache template format. So then just give done. So login form is done. So login form is going to have HTTP in followed by the function node, and function node help us to migrate. So if I give submit, where has to be, what details has to be saved, and then followed by the template node and the HTTP response node. So for login form is over. Next we have to talk about this submission, form submission. For form submission, again we are going to include this HTTP in node. So here the method should be post method. So after submitting, where it has to go. So after submitting, it has to go to /project. For your get method, for getting the details, you have to use login form get method. For submitting it, you will be having post method, and the URL is project here. Here the project will be, here the URL will be IoT domain. So this is the executable name which is going to be get executed using this local host. Then we are going to have a JSON. So nothing there in the JSON. Same thing, your basic JSON string and object option, and message.payload. I'm not going to change anything onto it. Then we are going to have a function node. So this function node only is going to display it. So I'm going to say data submitted and is available in debug as well. So in the debug also it will be displayed. So all the values, whatever values you are getting it from the form, it will be passed as a message.payload, and it will return the message. So that's it. Then you have HTTP response node. I'm just giving the name alone here as a submitted. Then to display the data from your it's called submission. After submission, to display the data in the LCD, that is in the debug monitor, and just using this debug node. So that's all. Deploy it. Confirm deploy. So deploy got confirmed. Now you can see, you just go to the another tab, just type on 127.0.0.1:1180 / so my name of is IoT domain. So just give enter. So you will get this, enter your name, registration number. So project mark I just gave some link associated with it, projectmark.com. So whatever URL you require, you can give it over there. Then the first name, you can give us a mic, registration number, and the project title, IoT domain. So if I click submit button, if I give submit button, so whatever we have written it in the function code, function node, data submitted and available. So Mike was my username and 12345 is the registration number and the topic is IoT domain. So this will be displayed, and if you want to get the new data, you can click reset. Before that, I will just show you the details will be displayed in the debug monitor as well. So in the debug monitor, you can see the name is Mike1234 and the project title is IoT domain. So let me clear the log. I'm just going it again. I'm just going to enter name as Sheila, registration as 98786 and the project is IoT. Just give submit. So we'll get Sheila 987 and topic is IoT. So the same thing will be displayed in the debug monitor as well. So if you click submit reset button, then it will allow us to take the next data into the system. So that's all. Thank you.